Tuesday, everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I did. I was without all four of my kids, and as a full time mommy, when your kids leave, it's like a break, like a fucking fresh air. Like you can actually just relax, and then you're like, damn it, they're not here. What do I do with my life? But yeah, this weekend it was a full moon, so basically my husband and I, we got to spend a little bit of alone time, and we set our intentions and set it out for the universe. So that was pretty fun doing that with him. But today I kind of wanted to do a video because I had been looking, not this full moon that just passed this weekend, but last full moon. I had set my intentions to break an addiction with alcohol, and what I did was I basically went on the internet and I started looking up for ones that didn't require too much, and I found one that I really liked, which was you write on an egg and you put out like, I don't need you, I don't want you, I need, I want to break the addiction spell for alcohol. And I wrote that down and on an egg, and I basically took it to the crossroads, or for me it was like a cross city, which is called Four Corners, excuse me, and I broke it, and I did exactly what it said. And then I basically also couldn't find too much easy spells, so I basically did my own, because as your own person that has power within you, you can create your own things, and it doesn't have to always be following somebody else's path or what. That's the beauty of being like the world calls witch. So what I did was I grabbed a can that I had, and I basically, this was the last full moon, and I wrote all over it, kind of like I did on this one. And I wrote like, you don't own me, I break this addiction, I don't need you, you don't control me, so be it, so be it, so be it, we don't need you. I wrote my husband's and my name on it, and I basically wrote all over the can, and I set it on my altar. So I left it sit from that full moon to this full moon, and I have to say that I definitely have felt a difference. I have felt that because before I would wake up and I would feel like I had to drink, like right away. The first thing I would do would drink. I wouldn't eat breakfast, it'd be straight drink, and it wasn't drinking beer, it was drinking straight up 99 proof alcohol. And I would take about 7 shots a day throughout the day, and I would go days without eating because I didn't want the buzz to go down. So I basically became a functioning alcoholic, and that happened from 2014 until this year. And then just recently, because I spiritually awoken in 2012, so then from there I was good all the way until 2015, which was when I really started drinking heavy. So I went about 3 years feeling great about my spirituality, growing and everything, and then I hit that wall where I started to, and I feel like, it was because not the universe, but like Satan knows your powers. Satan knows when you are a strong person and people are going to come, because I was always very I was still, even when I drank, I was still very positive, very happy all the time and things like that. But a lot of people were like, the way you talk and the way you speak things and the way you make things, known to the world about, society and everything, it's like, you make sense. And when Satan saw that, he's like, you know what, motherfucker, I'm gonna shut your ass down, because God, you're a tool for the universe to let other people know that they can use their own powers to create and to manifest and to love. And so basically alcohol, what it does is it basically makes you not as powerful as you could be. And so then, to me, I was numbing a lot of my feelings, so I started drinking every day. And then for a while I didn't feel so spiritual, so I always still had faith in God, but it wasn't like I was like where I was when I first started my journey. So just recently, I basically started getting signs from the universe, a lot of synchronicities and things like that, and the universe telling me, it's time, you've ended this cycle, you're done, you're gonna move on to bigger and better things, abundance is coming, and I got, like I said, I got thrown the cards to me to read for people and stuff like that, and to use my spiritual gifts and things like that. So I felt in my heart that it was a closure of that chapter. So I also started feeling, because I started pulling my cards for myself, and I would get all the time cards about sobriety, sobriety, sobriety. And so then I was like, okay, so the universe wants me to get sober. And so then for this full moon, that not the one that just passed, but the one before, I decided that I was going to do a spell on my own. And I wrote all over the can and I placed it on my altar. And so, like I was telling you, I would wake up and I didn't feel like I had to drink immediately. And then it went from not drinking vodka. It was, now I have about maybe 1 to 2 beers, and it's when I'm cooking at night, when my husband comes home and he's tired because he works in the warehouse. So when he comes home, he's tired, and I basically get, let him relax, let him have a beer or two, and then it just helps him relax, because he also was drinking all day every day. So from going from nothing to at least 2 beers a night is a significant change for us. So I definitely feel different. I feel like it's not controlling me. I don't feel like it's always on my mind. And not only that, but like once we have 1 to 2 beers, you already have that slight buzz. I don't feel like I tell him, oh, let's go get more. Or he tells me, hey, let's go get more. So I know it's working. And not only with just breaking the egg and putting this on my altar, I put at night meditation music, so that, when I'm sleeping subconsciously, it's healing me. I look for healing meditations that last like 8 hours, or DNA repair, or inner child work. I also look for spell breaking meditations, and I put those on at night, and my husband and I, we listen to it. And it's nice that he's also going through this with me, because it's hard when you have somebody in your house that is drinking and you're not. So we're both doing it together, and I do see a difference in him, that he comes home and right away it's not, let's go get a beer, or do you got beer, or you have liquor or whatever. So I do see that change, so I see it diminishing, and that's why I just redid this one. So I threw away the other can after the full moon. I threw it away, and now I'm going to re-put it on there, because spells can take more than one time to do, and that's something that needs to be emphasized, and I'm going to say 100 times, so that people understand that when you do a spell, it may not work the first time like you see in movies and stuff. Like, it's not Hollywood. You have to keep trying, you have to keep putting it out there, because it's a process. Just like you got to the addiction, you processed your way there, then you need to process your ass out of there. So you're gonna have to do the spell, and it may take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, but I feel a difference. I feel a change, so I know my spell's working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this on my altar again, and I'm gonna put more power into it, and I thank them. I said my little prayer, and I basically put it out there. Thank you that you're helping me break this, and I just told them, that I don't want it to keep controlling me, and that hopefully by the next full moon I don't even drink at all. Maybe for when it's like a birthday, or when I go out, or things like that, but I don't want to drink all day every day how it was. So I definitely see a different change, and I'm really, really happy, because a lot of people take different routes to cure addictions, and go to rehab or all that stuff, and I really didn't want to, because I have 4 kids and I don't want to leave my kids ever. So doing this spell and letting the universe heal me and using my faith has been amazing. So I'm gonna basically take sage and cleanse it before I put it on my altar of any negativeness, because I don't want to set it on my altar and there'll be any negativeness attached to it. So basically counterclockwise, and maybe by the next full moon I won't have to do this again, and I can do an update video that, hey, I feel great, I'm fucking don't have to fucking drink every day, and I finally did it. And you know, maybe this can help somebody else, because we all have something, and there's not shame in it. Shit, I ain't shamed. I do not have a goddamn shame about it at all. You know, I took to it and it served me for the purposes that it needed to teach me, and now I'm ready to let that shit go. So see you. Anyway, peace and love.